Hello and welcome to the Loose Butthole Reviews. Today we are reviewing The Great Dictator from 1940, I believe,
Yes, 1940. Right
starring
in
Charlie Chaplin.
right
Not
in
just
the
starring,
low.
he wrote it, directed it, produced it, and he did the score for it apparently as well.
Oh, hell yeah. I
Yeah,
didn't I
he
didn't catch that part. Yeah.
he apparently he did the whole shebang. And before we get into it proper, like always, we're gonna give our rating because we already have it. It's 5 out of 5 for me.
I'd say a 5 out of 5 too. It was almost a 4.5, but the end solidified it's God tier. It's 6, which it should actually be since we've got it
I
right.
see that's where we
Is this how this
disagree.
works? I don't know how this works, god damn it. I thought
See,
I knew
no,
how
no, no. See,
it was.
that's it's good. See, that's a good thing. Yeah, it's a good thing you didn't give it a six because I don't agree that it deserves a six because
Oh good. Good.
it could it could shave off like 15.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
It
The
could
they could have
shave
they
off.
could have cut. I didn't hate the Mussolini scene as much. I mean, it was pretty one note, but they could have been way shorter.
Yeah, that could have been shorter, and to be honest, the starting the first act could have been shaven off a little bit because it did drag a little bit trying to establish everything that they were trying to establish. Even though I feel the one story, the love interest storyline didn't really go anywhere. But I guess it because Chaplin was. Let's just get into the broad strokes of this film. This was a huge fuck you to a certain individual that was running the FBI at this point in time, and that's mostly what this film was about, was just jabbing at that one dude. it, it
Yeah,
it
if you wanna know who that one dude is, you should have watched the two previous reviews.
yeah, for sure, that will it's what led to this.
We will not speak his name in this review.
Uh, it's kind of out of a little respect because this film kind of like I understood why, 'cause knowing the man he was, this film
Mm.
definitely wasn't the film to be making, especially if you knew who he was. Come on, Chaplin knew what he was doing.
Yeah, it was like it's easy for someone who didn't watch the full thing, just like not to get the context of this. Because with the context of this, I mean, this is a really great film.
Oh
But
yeah, I loved it. It's an amazing film because of you gotta have the context to watch this film. To be honest, that's another reason why I couldn't give it a six, is because this is definitely for more of the film nut that likes just watching movies. Basically, that you will enjoy
yeah,
this because this is a great classic film that, to be honest, you should probably watch. It's a definitely
mm,
like, just because this is the first true sound picture Charlie Chaplin ever did, and it's a good like it's a good look into something like that. You can definitely
yeah. Because
tell.
I actually remember without the context, like when I first like saw that this like movie existed, I was just like, I cracked up. I'm like, oh damn, that's that didn't age well. Like 1942, like 1940. So it's like they didn't even like know the full extent.
I, it is like
And
jabbing at.
I didn't know who Chaplin was too at that time too.
Yeah, I understand that, and like I was trying to say, it is lightly jabbing, and that's the problem with that. They just didn't go too. They should have went harder. They should have villainized the dictator a little more, and they just made him seem like a bumbling idiot that
Oh damn it!
was just stumbling around.
I know what we're gonna have to watch, cause especially what I'm gonna have to bring up is what I was expecting is I was expecting something that would have would have been hard to watch, like Jerry Lewis's what was it, the day the clown cried, uh which is probably a movie we're probably gonna have to watch. It's like how to do a film like this badly. And like first and like and that film is about like a like a Jewish clown, or like a concentration camp like clown that's like supposed to like cheer up all the concentration camp kids and like look like kind of like lure them to their death,
Oh
and
my
like try to
god.
make them happy while doing it. And it's like supposed to be a sad thing, but it's got a bunch of like Jerry Lewis hijinks.
Oh, great. Yeah, that definitely gonna have to watch that.
But I was like, I was actually pleasantly surprised, like, of how like I think they handled the parody pretty well. Like if you actually sit down and watch this, you get it. Like this parody, it definitely reminds me of, and like I could see
Yeah,
where like Mel Brooks would get, which a lot of people can misunderstand Mel Brooks too. But like
and I'm
it's
just
funny that these are two
in
Jewish
the
people, of course.
context of the time in 1940, I
Yeah,
can see a majority of the people not seeing this as satire though, and
yeah.
going, "What the fuck's going on, man?" Because especially when he starts playing with the globe, it's that scene solidified for me. I was like, yeah, okay, yeah,
Mhm.
I can see why certain individuals was like, we need to we need to look into this guy.
This also just solidifies of just like why
And
why
they also
Jewish
do
community is
they
supreme on comedy and always has been.
yeah, they also do have the dictator character stand above the word liberty at the end.
Mm.
It's like, come on, man, the fuck. Like there are certain things back in the day you just don't do. Like now you can do that all day long. For you can
Mm.
show the Statue of Liberty being blown up. Nobody gives a fuck. But
Mhm.
back then that was not something you did.
Which is why that's yeah, that's why it almost, you know, that's why it's almost a god tier.
Yeah, that it's like I said, it can't be a god tier because I just can't recommend this to everybody. I can recommend this to people that love watching movies, but I just can't recommend this to your average Joe, you know?
Mm. And
I don't
honestly, if there's someone who, I don't know, I feel like in like if you're into movies, or even if you're into like kind of like political stuff too,
exactly.
this
Well,
is
that's
pretty
not your
interesting.
average Joe.
Yeah, yeah, not your average
This
Joe.
is for a niche. This is for not and it's a bunch of different niche groups that it's for, but this is definitely for niche audience now. Even though back in the day this would have been oh, Charlie fucking Chaplin, this would have been the shit to go see, you know. Like he
Oh man, that'd be awesome to catch us in the theater, just in like looking around at everybody's reactions too. Just like
yes.
that's what you sit and eat popcorn and look at. Because like
Man.
yeah, I'll probably come back to this film again a couple times this week, just to watch the people, and then maybe finally to watch the film.
To be honest, I'm with you on that. Man, to be able to time travel and witness that, it would be fucking amazing.
just just us giggling in the back.
And it's not even at the film; it's at the reactions that everybody's having.
People walking off, and just people just like kind of like watching, kind of stunned and kind of flabbergasted.
Oh
And
man.
then the occasional dude just like with a big cigar, just like cracking up at everything.
Yes.
He doesn't give a fuck.
And then of course there will be the people that actually understand the film and watch it that have a different reaction to it altogether that see it as a political message.
And then the big cigar token guy is like all into the film to the very end, until Charlie Chaplin mentions like helping black people, and then he's like, "What?"
That's when he throws his cigar at the screen.
The fuck?
You tricked me. Uh, and that also that's another scene that can be very problem. It's like, yeah, I get what he was trying. He was trying to soften the blow of the softenness, but that kind of just softened the image of the character that he was trying to portray even more. It's like, oh man, like that's not even what he was trying to do there.
Yeah, because without context, like you know that like it's not the actual dictator himself that's speaking in that role. It was the Jewish barber that gets switched in the gets
Yeah,
switched up
but
because he's a doppelganger looking dude.
of course,
And
the people that aren't paying attention to that are fuming, that would get at that time would be fuming at the fact that Hitler's on the screen, wouldn't
yeah,
even
and
care.
he's talking about make unity. Like that would make just like everyone mad if without context.
That's
I had to
the
decide.
unfortunate side effect. But yeah, this was
Except
such a
I
great.
guess for one very confused white nationalist.
uh, might actually that speech might have changed some people's opinions.
Well, I don't know that if without context, with some of like with some of like the newer alt right, like and it's a real niche group that's been showing up, but it's because I noticed that some of the so there's like some more black nationalist groups that are like kind of like going on a lot of like white supremacist like channels and stuff and like communicating with them and stuff because it's like they're both basically like bonding over like, oh, we both hate each other and want our own ethno states.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
So it's like if they're like if, I feel like they could watch this together and be like, oh yeah. Without context,
Yes,
if you
that
could
would be great. That
edit
would be.
edit this into when it's like there's no like that you edit out the barber character and just have this just have the dictator and then have him do the speech.
Uh, to be honest, I can see someone fucking doing that. Like I can see there being a copy of this film with that actually just all the barber scenes just gone.
Oh shit.
They can even clip out the part where they switched them,
Mhm.
that, and
Yeah.
it would still fucking be like a film. Like the barber scene was literally just to save like the whole barber section was just I feel spliced in to save face, but it was too
Just
late.
they just you could just splice in some like some like unrelated like uh, black and white like firing squad scene and have that be the end of the barber.
Shit.
Like, oh, well, we solved that.
Oh, what a film! I'm glad we watched this film. This was a film that we needed to watch, and it's a good film to end off the official season 0 of Loose Butthole Reviews.
Yeah,
We've
I
done
think
the
so.
instead of having a whole pilot episode, we have a whole pilot season.
We do. The
Is
pilot
there
season.
pretty much anything else that you want to talk about of the film?
Hmm. Oh. I mean, the sets were amazing.
Oh, dude, to be honest, I feel like I this would do wonderful like colorized if they were
Hmm.
able to colorize this somehow. If they did film this on colored film back in the day, If
Hmm.
that
I
was
mean,
a
they
possibility, it would look fucking amazing. It would look like a modern. It would look more of like a modern film. To be honest, if I didn't know better, I could say people could probably mistaken this for like a modern artsy film that
yeah.
someone made. Because
Hmm.
it's like the sets are beautiful.
Yeah. I mean
Uh,
that like just like that the little gun thing that he was doing, like the whole mechanism of that like was real
oh,
cool, like the tricks he was kind of doing on it.
that was amazing, and that was all practical. That was Charlie Chaplin up there fucking
Mhm.
doing that.
Yeah, there's no fucking CG there, man.
Yeah, no, there's no CG anywhere in this film. It's all real. The explosions and everything. They're actually
Mhm.
walking beside those explosions.
Oh, you know what? I think even throughout, there's a lot of great bits in this, but honestly, the airplane bit, I don't know why it was just there's just something just so perfect about that. Like it was like perfect length amount of time on it too.
Yes, the I will agree that the airplane bit was the best. That was the best scene of it.
Just
Like,
like both of them played off each other so well.
the comedic timing. I will say, no, even though the Mussolini stuff kind of fell under, Charlie Chaplin did not. Every scene that he did in
Oh
this
yeah, yeah, yeah,
was on point. His comedic timing never faltered whatsoever. He
yeah.
was definitely a master at his craft.
Hmm. Definitely. And yeah, definitely kind of now I kind of want to watch some Robin Williams films too, just because there's like, especially with them doing a lot of like little like Germany, like screaming German Hitler chants.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. There was a lot of Robin-esque moments that
Mhm.
I don't want to
Got
say
that
that it
they
is, but I wouldn't be
got that
surprised
energy.
if this was like a huge inspiration for Robin Williams.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, I feel like any comedian of this time has had to have seen this movie. I mean, like this
I
is
mean,
like
not just this movie, just Charlie
1940s
Chaplin
pushing.
in general. I feel Charlie Chaplin. I feel that was just Charlie Chaplin beat doing his comedy bits. That was just how he was.
Yeah, I mean, just like, and you said this is like the first one where you know he's speaking in a role in like a
Yeah,
movie. You know, this is a
even though
speaking.
it's reserved because he's obviously not used to being able to speak. I won't probably there was probably like during half production they probably didn't plan to do sound, but then they
Mhm.
decided to do sound because it was available, I guess, at the time.
But he
Because there were
came to
some
life
scenes I
in
can
the speeches
see
though.
were like super silent, like there was
Mm.
no speaking roles whatsoever, and there was just voiceover.
Oh yeah, the beginning, the definitely in the beginning too. That's what it was like. It was kind of really awkward for like the first 10 minutes.
Not just that, but there's other moments too. There's one moment where I think they're yeah, during the like right before the parade. There's a moment where there's a dude doing voiceover
Oh
instead
yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
any like actual dialogue happening and stuff like that. And I can tell those are scenes where they were filmed without sound and they had to do something. And
Yeah,
that's again that even with the hardships they did, they recovered from it. And definitely this it's a film that definitely if you'd like watching movies, you should watch this because it's definitely a good way to see the transitioning period of from silent films to sound films.
definitely. Definitely a very, definitely an important film, I'd say.
Yeah, for sure. Just especially if you watch Chaplin and J. Edgar, this is definitely something you have to watch because with the context of it, it's like holy shit, such a better film now.
Yeah.
All right, so I think we've gone on long enough. Is
Yeah.
there anything else you want to talk about?
No, no. I think we've pretty much definitely. You know what? I'd say I could recommend this, but you know, I only know a select niche people that I ever talked to anyway. So there you
Yeah, well, I don't
go.
know. Our analytics say our demographic is 45 to 54-year-old men, so
Yeah, they'll enjoy this.
not sure like hey you might but
Get
yeah,
some kick out of it.
if you've been listening to us ramble this long, thank you so much. Please like or comment dislike on the video and share it around. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. And go check out some more of our Loose Butthole reviews. We will be having the official season 1 of Loose Butthole review going out maybe next week. I'm not 100% sure. It depends on how I feel about the editing, because I do want to try to do some more editing with these videos instead of what I've been doing to avoid copyright.
Mhm.
I will try to avoid copyright more, but I will be better. Like if we're talking about a specific scene or something, I will try to
Mhm.
have like a screenshot or that scene loop over and over again while we talk about it, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go check out some of our Let's Plays. We're doing Pokemon right now. And we're going to have some verses coming out after that. And go check out some of our podcasts. We've kind of taken a break from recording them, but they will be picking up any day now.
Mhm. Mhm.
You got a sign off that you want to give, Spooge?
If you were a dictator, what would be your first decree? Yeah.
Alright, leave that in the comment section. And this will be a bye bye.
Bye bye.